What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes Today.
Hey guys, I've got Series 24 of the LEGO Collectible Minifigure Series here. Thank you to LEGO for sending this over early to review. And in today's video, I'm going to open up all of the bags. There should be 36 in here. And I'll make a notation of where each figure is in the order. I haven't moved anything since LEGO sent it to me. That way, if you get lucky enough to find an open box of these or like a fresh box at your store, you'll know that the soccer coach is up first or whatever. So let me get them opened up and we'll take a closer look. Now, thankfully, LEGO has not moved to, like, boxes. There's been rumors that the minifigs are going to come in boxes someday, but we've still got the foil bags, so I'll be doing a feel guide as well so that you know what to feel for to find each figure, but stay tuned for that. All right, well, I've got everything opened up, and thankfully we did get 3 complete sets. So there's 12 figures, and you get 3 of each if you get a full box. Now, my overall feelings on this series is it's kind of forgettable. Like, I don't feel like there are any super, oh my god, gotta have it figures, except for maybe the brown astronaut. So we'll start with reviewing him. I think that this is a cool figure, because of course we get the baby astronaut, and we get a classic space-style astronaut in brown, which is a color that has never been offered before. I really like that his face is like the classic space faces, too, so you could literally just drop this in with your 80s LEGO figures, and it'll be a perfect fit. So I really like that one. Next up, we'll talk about the Newsboy, and this one is cool because we get the mid-sized legs, so you can see that these are short legs that are posable, which is a very nice touch. We get a newspaper that has a picture of the cop who was the first ever LEGO minifigure. That's just kind of cool. He's got a little slingshot here, little side satchel Indiana Jones style, dual molded arms, which is very nice to include on this. Love the suspenders torso, and of course he's got an exclusive head and a brand new Newsy cap to pull it all together. After that, we'll talk about the Rocking Horse Girl. This one is interesting because if you remove it from the piece, it actually does kind of rock, which is kind of cool. And there's a stud on the bottom that goes on a 1x2 jumper, so you could display it on the plate pretty well. Beyond that, there's really not much to say. Basically, the rocking horse is the only interesting part about the character. You get some short blue legs, a unicorn torso, a kind of cookie cutter head, and a reddish hairpiece here that has 2 pigtails. After that, we'll move on to the Potter character. This one's interesting because you get a lot of parts to go with it. So she's got this really nice head wrap that's actually got printing all over the front of it. Definitely a nice touch. She's kind of got a humble smirk on that side and a big open mouth grin on the other side. We do get 2 pieces of pottery for her, one of them being this little bowl and the other being a cup. And actually every figure comes with an extra bowl. I know some people like to know what the extra parts are, so in this case you do get that extra part. And you build a little pottery wheel table for her, which is nice. Got dual molded arms. Very cool color, like an aqua blue for the legs. Really like that. And not too much else to say. Pretty basic beyond that. Here we've got the Farmer's Market Carrot Guy. Now this is an interesting one because he's got a printed piece here that has a clip on the back that says Farmer's Market. He's got a stand, or rather a handle to hold that. The carrot top, like the greenery part, is actually kind of rubbery, so it's malleable, but the carrot part itself is actually hard. So if we lift that up, you can see he's got some overalls on underneath, got some dual molded legs with green on top and black on bottom, and he actually comes with some hair too. So if you don't want the carrot to be on the top and you just want like a normal farmer's market guy, we get some spiky hair. It's kind of like, I believe, the hair that was used on Nokia, but it is in orange this time, so that's pretty cool. Double-sided head, very nice figure overall. Now, I know a figure that a lot of people are excited about is the Black Falcon Archer. This, of course, complements the Lion Knight's castle very well. It's a great army builder. Basically, if you just switch out the head, you could basically have an infinite money glitch of having more Black Falcon characters. But this time around, it's nice because we've got dual molded legs, brown on bottom, blue on top with a little printing. Got the Black Falcon torso. There is some printing on the back, nothing too crazy. Lift the head up so you can see. Just some blue drapery there. We do have a surprised smile, like, glad that her falcon landed on her hand, and then a confident smirk on the other side. Of course, we also get a bow and arrow and a new falcon piece, and some of the birds are actually like bendy, but this is actually a hard bird. It's not malleable at all. We also get a spongy cape, which is kind of interesting. I'll kind of dismantle the figure here to show you, because the cape is cut in a way that I've never seen a Lego cape cut before. So you can see it's cut so that there's like a little bit that would come over the shoulder. Just kind of interesting. I've never seen a Lego cape cut quite like that. Up next, we've got the Koala Guy. Very cool figure. Of course, we've got dual molded legs here with the cargo print on the pants, so that's very cool. Got a little rescue paw logo on the back. Dual molded green and black arms are a nice touch, but of course, what everybody's going to want out of this is the koala piece. So you can see that the koala can hold on to something, which makes sense. You could put it in a tree or something, and there is a stud on the bottom to attach it to some Lego pieces, but you do get 3 in a complete set, so definitely cool if you're like building a zoo or something. And as far as the guy goes, he's got some long blonde hair tucked into this rescue cap. He's got a grin on one side and a closed eyes, big old smile on the other. Definitely one of my favorite figures from this series. We'll jump to the back to take a look at the troll here. The troll's very nice. Well, he doesn't look very nice, but it's a nice figure. He's got printing on the shield, a big troll sword, printing on the legs and torso, as well as on the back. Got printing on both arms, which is a super nice touch. Then, of course, he's got a 1x1 stud with a hole in the top to put his mohawk hair through. And if we lift this up, you can see he's got a red cape. And there's a jaw piece here, which is rubbery and kind of bendable, but you could also just put the troll head on there without it. So I like that you could take the cape off, take the hair off, whatever, and you could build like a troll army if you just remove or add certain pieces. I think that that's a very cool touch. We've got the soccer referee here. She's got a very uniquely colored torso. It's kind of that new like neon yellow that they've been using this year. It says sport on the back. Dual molded arms with black on top, yellow on bottom. Got a stopwatch on one side and a smartwatch on the other. She's got her referee cards here. Got dual molded legs, which are very nice. And of course, we have a soccer ball. And I don't know where the soccer ball last appeared, but now you can see that there's a hole in it right there. And I suppose that's like if a kid was choking on it so that there's actually some way for air to get through. Funny enough, when I was a kid, there was a neighborhood kid that came over and we were playing Lego, and I can't remember if he swallowed one of these or I think he stuck it up his nose and he had to go to the hospital and get it taken out. Needless to say, I told him he could keep that piece. I didn't want it back. So here we've got what I'm calling the Hair Queen. I'm sure that there's like a historical name for who this character is, but it's escaping me at the moment. We've got the little chihuahua in her hand here. Got this beautiful high stacked hair and her powdered face with a smile on one side and an open smile on the other. And of course, the hallmark piece for this is her big skirt, which is 2x4 bricks. I mean, that's just crazy. Takes up a lot of space, but it makes for a nice figure. Another great highlight of the series is the Dinosaur Guy. We get 3 of these, as with everybody. It's got printed arms, printed front and back with a nice new tail piece that debuts on this figure. Got some printing on the legs, as well as a new dinosaur head, which you can lift up and see he's got a grin on one side and then kind of a raw face on the other side. One thing to say is I look at this tailpiece and I think, man, I wonder if they're going to use this in 2023 for the lizard from No Way Home. I could absolutely see that happening. What do you guys think? Anyways, the final figure to talk about is the space robot. Now, this one has the most pieces of any because you've got 3 of these little like roller skates that build out the gun, but you get an additional one too, so for whatever that's worth. In fact, you get additional parts of almost every component of the gun. We've got a little stacked piece here, some printed pieces on either side, a 1x1 stud on the bottom, and that all attaches to the gun piece. As far as the figure goes, we've got dual molded legs with white on bottom, pink on top, printing on the arms, which is very nice, printing all around the figure, and I love that there's an open spot on the back of the helmet that shows you kind of like that burning, like fire, computery looking thing, and then of course we've got his tech face here, and we've got this big helmet that has all of these cool wings sticking out of it, and it makes for a really great figure all around. So, as promised, I told you that I wrote down where everybody is in the box, so here you go. if you want to screenshot this, if you happen to find a fresh box, now you'll know where all of the figures are in the box and how they are dispersed. So there's your screenshot. And yeah, let me know what you think of this series. Obviously, there are a lot of new figures and new parts here, but like I said, it's not my favorite series ever. I really appreciate LEGO sending this early for me to review. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments down below. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe check out one of my other videos listed here.